got three things in the world: my wife, my son, and this rig. Guess which one I'm counting on to take care of the other two?
Remember when Capcom broke our heart with Lost Planet 2 because the first Lost Planet was a kind of a cool game? Well, are they going to redeem themselves with Lost Planet 3, developed by Spark Unlimited? Scott Jones, what say you?
Kind of. You know, they've done something interesting. They've been doing this a lot lately. They did it with Dead Rising. It starts off as a game that's made in Japan, the motherland, and then they get a Western developer to take over the series. This is what they've done here. Spark has taken over, and it does feel very different, especially from the first Lost Planet.
Fight a few giant crab monsters of your own, then speak to me of luck.
I was a huge fan of the first Lost Planet.
Cool.
I really liked it. I mean, it wasn't perfect by a long stretch. Capcom always been my favorite developer. And I like the fact that you were fighting all of these creatures. You know, they were vaguely insectoid and they had glowing parts of their bodies.
They were interesting, right? And that's what's missing in this game. It feels generic as hell in this thing, except for the kind of cool story.
Some of the intrigue is intriguing, which is nice.
Game. I like James Payton, the hero of this
he's
thing.
got a nice beard.
Yeah, but he seems like an empathetic, actual human. He also has a really nice relationship with his wife, and they have these little sort of video calls and stuff like that, and I liked all of that stuff, but
Just let me know you got there in one piece, okay? See you already.
it made it feel like we were actually in the boots of this thing. And the other thing that I kind of dug about this game is he's on this ice planet and he's mining T-energy or whatever it's called.
Yep.
And he's got to go run around and he's got to fix stuff. And I actually kind of liked all of that.
At first, I was totally annoyed by them. I agree. You know, you have to get out of your rig, which you don't want to do because it's cold out there and you're in this comfortable robot suit. I mean, stay in the suit. If you can stay in the suit, stay in it as long as possible. But every now and then, something will go wrong on the base and you'll have to get out of the thing. And you get out, and you're right. You're just kind of like pressing the A button, or you're trying to turn the right and the left. And, you know, you do feel like you're fixing up your base.
And you know what's
fixing up the base. You're helping people.
Yeah, kid. You done good.
But you know what's bad, though, is whenever a monster comes out, or a group of monsters come out.
Really bad.
I mean, have they never played any other third-person shooter?
There's a lot of good third-person shooters
in the
out there.
last 10 years, because this is one of the worst shooters I've ever played. The enemies are completely boring to fight against.
They're so, I mean, they look like PS2 era first crack at a third-person shooter type of sci-fi game. This is not good enough. As we're going into now the 5th or 6th console generation, this is pretty pathetic.
This is when games should be lifting off and soaring and taking wing.
Fair enough.
You know what's nice?
The ice.
Some nice atmosphere in here, and I did feel like we were actually on some sort of frozen planet, and there are moments when you see these great walls of ice, and you see that the game is capable of rendering really nice-looking graphics.
And, you know, I like some of the cut sequences and some of the way that they've animated the faces and the acting and stuff.
The writing is pretty good.
Yeah.
And you're totally right. I think the conversations with his wife are actually pretty moving. I like that she actually gives him a playlist to listen to when he's driving his rig around, and this music comes on every now and then. You're like, oh yeah, my wife made me this playlist.
Yeah.
My ex-wife never made me a playlist, man.
No, I mean, there is some heart and soul in here, but the actual game of this game sucks. I mean, it's just meaningless. You feel like you're just wasting time. And, you know, honestly, like, how much loading do you have to do?
The first Lost Planet came out in 2006.
That was way cooler.
That game was better than this game in 2013. This is 7 years later. Games have changed, man.
Yeah.
Get with the times. Lost Planet as a series, still lost in my opinion.
Yeah.
That used to matter to you.
It still does, Bonnie, but this isn't my call.
Lost Planet as a series, still lost in my opinion. Gets a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, this game is very disappointing. Gets a 4 from me.